Hey guys, Anthony here with Empire Music, empiremusic.com, and showing you the new American Professional 2 series from Fender. Just showed you the jazz bass comparison to the old American Professionals. I'm going to do the same thing with the P bass now. I'm a difficult judge with P bass because that's what I play, so I'm pretty picky about them. Luckily this thing played great right out of the box, but while we still have the older version in the shop, I want to give you a kind of a quick comparison between the two. At the end I'll give you a little bit of opinion, but it's more for your ears to kind of hear and see if you can pick out the differences. And I'll describe some of the differences as far as the specs of it. And then, like I said, we'll let your ears be the judge as far as the sound, but I definitely think you'll hear some differences there. Like I said, we'll get into that. So what's different with the American Pro 2s versus the original American Professional? I think those are 5 or 6 years old. They've really just made some nice updates to it. They've kind of, wouldn't even say modernized it, because in a way they made it a little bit more vintage sounding, especially in the case of the precision bass here. The big difference is in the pickups. You have a newly designed American Pro 2 pickup in there. There's varying degrees of Alnico in each magnet. So what that's doing is that's offering a more even response, kind of string to string. The frequency spectrum is very well represented from the lowest notes to the highest notes, no matter where you're playing on the neck. They're voiced very nice. I found with the P, we'll talk about that at the end. We'll play it first. That way you can be the judge of that. I don't want to spoil it. We'll see if we're hearing the same things, which is kind of cool. So new pickups in there. Got the same bridge, same control layout, typical precision bass stuff. Obviously some new finishes on it. Big difference on the neck though. Rolled edges on the fretboard, kind of borrowing that from the American Ultra. Another thing they're borrowing from the American Ultra is the contoured neck heel. So, the Ultras have like the hard cutaway there. Super ergonomic. This is kind of like meeting in the middle versus the old one. Oh, it's coming off the stand. That's got like the block neck heel on it. So as you see, this has the more contoured one. So if you're playing in the upper registers, I tend to do that a lot with like an octave pedal. I play above the 12th fret a lot with that. Super comfortable up there. And then it has the supernatural satin finish on it on the back. That's the same thing as like what's on the Ultras. Very, very comfortable playing, very fast feeling, even though it's a P bass. It's a 63C profile on it too. So, it's a nice cross between, like, you talk the American Ultras that have like the modern D versus this that is a little bit like, it reminds me of kind of like a deep C a little bit. It's not super thin. It's certainly not chunky. It feels great. Very kind of down the middle. I think this gives every player a little bit of what they like. I like a beefier neck. I have like a 50s U on mine. I'm really comfortable with that. And a lot of times when I get to like a real slim C, we're purely talking personal preference here, it's a little bit too thin for me, especially on a P bass. With a P bass, I want a little bit of chunk on that thing. And it's got the same tuners on it. It's got the tapered shaft, lightweight tuners, super well balanced bass. So play a little bit, gonna just play volume all the way up, tone all the way up. Gonna play fingerstyle, gonna play with the old green Tortex, the 88, right? The standard bass player's pick. And I'll do a little bit of slap stuff on it too. And we'll just compare them. And then we'll compare notes at the end. That'll be fun, right? All right, so we'll just go fingerstyle right now, wide open. Cool, so there you have a couple different playing examples comparing the American Pro with the new American Pro 2 Precision bass. Honestly, in real time, and hopefully this translated to you, I definitely noticed not as bright of an instrument. You know, I had tone all the way up on these things. Really when I was slapping, and specifically with a pick too, there was less kind of harshness on the top end of it. Now I would roll tone off on the original American Pro a little bit. I'd roll tone off on this a little bit for my own personal taste, but I definitely noticed a much warmer pickup, an accentuated kind of low mid-range on the American Pro 2, which I like. It's a very dynamic pickup on it. The satin finish, the supernatural satin finish feels amazing. The rolled fretboard, like I said on the jazz bass comparison video, it's just a nice touch. It's a little bit more. There's a little bit of refinement, a little bit of elegance with like a rolled fretboard edge. It just feels really, really nice, really, really professional. No pun intended with the line. So yeah, I think it's a great addition to the Fender lineup. I definitely think there's some improvements that they've made to it. I think this would benefit any player. And tonally, I really, really enjoyed kind of what these basses were giving me. So if you need anything, call us here at the shop, 412-343-5299. You can check us out online, empiremusic.com. Here and happy to answer any bass-related question that you might have. And remember, pro setup on every guitar that we sell, whether it's a guitar, a bass, Fender custom shop, all the way down to Squire. We do a pro setup on that thing before we ship it out to you. So hopefully you're gonna pull everything out of the box. It's gonna be playing like a dream for you. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.